Play it for the next class. All right, so these three, it says graph the following equations. So right here, we have y equals 5 over 4 x plus 2. Which of these will be our slope? 5 over 4. 5 over 4 is our slope, and this is our y-intercept. So go ahead and plot the y-intercept first. Where do I put that plus 2 at? Would it be above the x-axis at 2 or down here? Above. It would be above, thank you. So put that first point right there at the positive 2. And then our 5 over 4 tells us how to move. The m tells us how to move. So if the 5 is positive, that means I go up 5 and then to the 4 is to the right. And I keep doing that. So from the B point, I go up 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my next point. And notice I don't have enough room to go up 5 over 4 again. So I got to try to find the pattern. But in the beginning, you always go up the top number and to the right the bottom number. Always to the right. So then that would be my line as good as I can get it. If you do want to know where the point back here is, then you would have to go down 2, 3, 4, 5, then to the left 2, 3, 4. There's my other point right there. Then I would connect them as straight as I can. So remember, B is where you start on the y-axis, and your slope tells you how to move. Up 5, to the right 4. Always to the right. I'm going to go ahead and move down to this problem right here because I like this one because it has a negative slope. All right? So which one of these is my m? Negative 2 over 3. Negative 2 over 3x. I mean, you could box the x if you want to. That's my m. The 7 is my b. So where do I always start? Always start with the y-intercept. So the b is my starting point on the y-axis. Where is 7 at on the y-axis? Up here or down here? It's a positive 7 up here. Thank you. Notice this slope. Heads up, eyes up here. Heads up, eyes up here. Notice this slope. From my starting point, now it's a negative 2, so I must move down 2. However, listen, before you start plotting, this number is always to the right. I just moved down 2 now. So from here I go down 2 to the right, how many? Down 2 to the right, 3. Always move to the right. The top number can be up or down, but always move to the right, the bottom number. Down 2, then to the right, 3. And then just connect your points as straight as possible. Remember, I've been doing this for a long time. That's why mine looks super straight, if it even looks super straight. Got it? Got it? All right, so notice the difference between these two is this equation, they actually put the slope in the front of the equation and the b in the back. However, this one, they put the b in the back and the slope in the front. Remember, the slope always has the x with it. And your y-intercept is the number that does not have the x with it. So I hope that helped. So this last one right here, notice which part is your slope on this one? The slope always has the x with it. So this is my slope. And this, be careful, look what's with it. The y-intercept, which is the b, has a negative sign in front of it. So remember, always start with the b. I start on my y-axis with the negative b this time, negative 5. So I start here, and from here, my slope tells me how to move. Since my slope is negative, that means I move down how many? Down 6, and it doesn't have a bottom number of a fraction. That means go to the right one. So from here I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh. I don't have enough room to move down 6 and to the right 1. So that must mean I must go totally backwards, which means I need to go up 6 to the left 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the left 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the left 1. That's the only case in which you can move to the left, is if everything is totally backwards. So instead of going down 6 to the right 1, you have to go up 6 to the left 1. That's a little confusing, but I always say, hey, put it in your calculator and take a look at what it looks like. You can plot all the points if you want to. Just put the equation in the calculator, press second graph, and plot away. But don't spend 5 years plotting one graph.